All right, let's do our last little segment here. We done naming and writing of ionic compounds with transition metals. We talked about writing the chemical formula with ionic compounds containing polyatomic ions, and let's finally look at how to write the name of ionic compounds containing polyatomic ions. Alright, so again guys, these rules do not change. Just because we have different ions in them, we still are going to have the same rules. We're still going to use what we learned. Okay. So let's look up here. Okay, let's. I don't have my rules written out, but they're the same for the transition metals. Okay. I'm going to separate my ions first, my elements. Okay. Okay, I'm going to write my charge for each one. Okay. So I know that my hydroxide, I look over here, I got my hydroxide, it is a -1 charge. Okay. And the reason I know that is because, what kind of skipped a step? We can, remember we do the reverse crisscross. So that 1 is already there, even though it's not written, right? Because we don't write the 1s. The 1 is going to go up here. That 2 is going to go up here. So let's rewrite this. Right, I got 1. I have 2. Okay. So my iron, remember, is, well, I already know my hydroxide is a minus. It's a -1 because it tells us right there. Minus. Alright, my iron is also a metal. It's a transition metal. Okay, so we know that it's a cation, so it's going to be positive. Alright. From here, all we're going to do is we're going to write out the name. So, what we got? We write out my metal. Now remember, because it is a transition metal, guys, have to remember to put the Roman numeral 2, because that is what my charge is up there. I got iron 2, hydroxide. Iron 2, hydroxide. Let's do one more. Alright. Again, let's write out and separate my ions. Okay, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Oh yeah, wait, I got to fill in a 1 just because the 1 is not there. So I'm going to do it for simplicity. I'm going to remember I have to do my reverse crisscross. So I'm going from bottom to top. And let's see here. So I got Ca, NO, 2. My Ca is a 2. My NO is a 1. Okay. I look on my polyatomic ion cheat sheet, and I see that this NO2. Okay, so I look for my NO2. My nitrite, it's a nitrite. Don't get that mixed up with the nitrate. It's a nitrite, so it's going to be a -1 because it tells me right there. And I know my calcium it's a metal, so it's going to be a cation, positively charged ion. I got +2. Okay. But if I'm writing this out, my calcium is not going to be. It's not a transition metal, so I don't have to put the Roman numerals. Remember that. In fact, if I put the Roman numerals, it's going to be wrong. That's just not how IUPAC, the International Chemistry Association, writes them. It doesn't apply to the rules. Okay, because it's a non-transition metal. So I have my calcium. I write what my polyatomic ion is. Calcium. It is calcium nitrite. Nitrite. There we go. That is, that's my final answer. Okay, guys. Remember, you got to practice these. Okay, so practice those homework problems that you got. If you didn't finish the independent practice in class, practice those. That's the only way you're gonna be able to truly master this. Okay, and again, you have to in the next couple weeks be able to memorize these polyatomic ions, just because you're not going to get this cheat sheet on the test.